The first impression of this house of music was really amazing for me. Of course, yeah, I designed it, but yeah, today is the first time to be here after 3 years of pandemic. And then I came from, yeah, that directions, come under to the amphitheater. And then it's like a, yeah, you have this in-between space. Park is extended, coming in, and then architecture is like overlapping and creating such a special place with a tint golden daylight is coming down. So it's the whole space looks like something like a paradise in a sense. And then the greens and the architectures is well harmonized. So I was so impressed. I was so happy to see that. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. And then after that, I walked around throughout the whole house. I'm very happy too to have this kind of a good human scale feelings as well. Of course, the space is like a large, but at the same time, the feelings is quite like a intimate in a sense and welcoming. Everything is like on the right scales and quite open. That was really nice. And also I'm very happy to see how people are so, look so happy, walking around, passing by and staying there, looking up. All of those kind of the reactions and the behaviors of the people are so lively in a sense. So finally, of course, the intention was to create a place for the people of Budapest or people who visit from abroad to Budapest to enjoy the music, to enjoy the park, and then to enjoy these buildings like yeah, the special destination. So I found out that this is really happening, and yeah, I'm really happy to see that. This is really like beyond my imagination, in a sense, or beyond my expectation. It's much more wonderful than just seeing the photo. And especially to experience a space with so many people lively there, that is really wonderful. It's like yeah, I felt this is the architecture with a life. Wow, I have to choose. Okay, so when I show 3 things of this house of music to my friend or to the people in Budapest, wow, that's very difficult choice because I like to show everything. But yeah, first of all, I like to show the space underneath the roof around the amphitheater. So it's really like a special representation of the place between nature and architecture. And then I like to show the lobby space, entrance lobby space, which has like this special spiral staircases, and it's quite like intimate feelings. And then I like to show this like the music hall, which is quite open to the green, and this is like a heart of this building. So, but of course, yeah, I like to show everywhere, and exhibition space is also wonderful, and the upstairs is also quite like yeah, many tubes, light tubes, and it's like quite intimate and creating such a beautiful education space. So yeah, everywhere is really wonderful. Wow, those light tubes are quite important concept from the very beginning. And finally, yeah, when I see these, it is really far beyond our imagination, because on the ground level you see some of the light tube is getting brighter, and some of the ends gets like shaded or something. So the light condition is always changing according to the time and according to the season, I think. So in that sense, the atmosphere is like is always like with the life of the nature. And then if you go up to upstairs, then you can see through those light tubes to the activities of the people and behaviors of the people downstairs. That is also quite special to make a link between the two different levels. So those are quite like working very well. Wow, yeah. Thinking about those kind of the award like the MIPIM, and it is really great honor for me because, of course, yeah, today I see so many people in Budapest are really enjoying, and then they feel this is their place. That is really, really important things. But at the same time, it is quite like special things for us to see how those architectural people or the real estate people or those like cultural people could appreciate this project. That is like a great honor for me. And then it's also like a great things to see how this building is not just the architecture itself, but I believe it is in the awards. It's like for the surrounding environment too. So the harmony between those beautiful surrounding park and then the building architecture are quite like well appreciated. And also I believe those programs and activities which is daily happening in here is also part of the appreciation, because architecture is now it should have like a good life and good programs together. Then it has an energy and a life in it. So in that sense, this like for example, MIPIM awards are not only for the architectural design, but for the beautiful environment, and then for the wonderful programs and activities together with the architecture. So they appreciate it as like a total, like the activity is really wonderful things for me. Well, this House of Music is really quite one of the most important projects for me, because it is clearly representing my architectural philosophy, which is like the mixtures of nature and architecture, or relationship between nature and architecture for the future. That is like the main concept of my architectural design. And then, as you can see, this like the House of Music is really showing how we can blend the nature, natural environment and the architectural environment together to create something new and something special, and respecting such a surrounding beautiful forest, and carefully create the architecture which is really harmonized with the natural environment. In that sense, this is like the strong and special representation of my architectural philosophy, nature, architecture, and that is why this is very, very special project for me. So this project started from 2014, and then, of course, the first like the images was really like a strong impact to the world, I think, to show how those kind of the new concept in the middle of the beautiful park. And then, of course, after that, we worked very hard for the realization of the concept, and finally it is done. And then during those kind of the process, this is the first cultural project which is realized in abroad for me, so that is why it is special. But then, through this project, I learned a lot how we can make interventions or interactions between the nature and architecture. So recently we have like more varieties of the project in Japan or in China or in Europe. But yeah, most of the things has like the obvious or like more hidden influences from the learning of this project, how we could create the good relationship between the nature and architecture. And so in that sense, yeah, we got a lot of things from this project. And especially, it's not intended, but recently I'm doing the kind of a, how to say, the retail and hot spring and some education complex project in the small city in Japan, and which has also like a round shape and with many perforation openings. It's not the same, but kind of a similarity. But then it has, of course, different concepts, but still it is creating the references from this House of Music project. And then we are developing those ideas for the other project more and more, and relating to the nature and architecture. But then, on the other hand, it is like creating such a diversities of the different activities as is happening in here. So yeah, we have been developing the basic ideas or kind of the conceptual things more and more to find out the hidden possibilities of like one project or one ideas to spread throughout that. Very good things for me was throughout the whole construction process, of course, at least until the COVID, we were sharing those kind of the difficulties or challenges or materials or the possibilities all together with us and the local architects, clients, and contractors, subcontractors, and engineers. So everybody's together to find out the right answers to any construction problems. And this kind of the process, every 3-4 months, we had the on-site session. So we were together discussing a lot. And then step by step, we found the solutions. And then finally, those kind of the collaboration works very well because for them, for the contractor, they understand more what I am thinking. And for us, we understand what is the problem, or what is the point, what kind of possibilities we can have. So in that sense, I feel it is like a quite final result is quite like in good quality. And it reminds me every details. I kind of remember what kind of a discussion we had, and then how we chose these ones, and so on. So I feel it's really like yeah, we made it in a very good quality, and also like we made the right choices for those details and the materials. And of course, we had a COVID pandemic. So during the pandemic period, I couldn't come. But before pandemic, we were lucky. But before pandemic, we almost decided such important materials and the details, and then the choice of the colors of the leaves and everything. So we already fixed the basic directions. And of course, yeah, we had several things to decide during the pandemics, but it was okay. We already made those kind of the the trust relationships to each other. So even through the online discussions, we made it. So in that sense, the whole communications and the interactive relationships to each other worked the whole design update and construction process very well. And I'm very happy to see the finished situation. Wow, I'm very happy to hear that all the people who did the constructions or who did some works for this project are really proud of this. It is really like a great thing for me, and I also am very proud of this. So I like to share those kind of the like excitement and yeah, such a passions and these kind of the feelings together. And yeah, that is wonderful. I'm really happy to hear that. Uh-huh. Wow, but yes, I think yeah, for example, now the daylight is moving to the afternoon day, the sun, and then how those openings, shinings is different from the morning time. And yeah, when I see this, it is like in the photo, it's just like the bright, like a circle shape. But in reality, you really see how this shining light is really like making a special atmospheres and airs. And so the choice of the golden leaves was always like the big challenge for me, because I never used the golden color in architecture. And then normally in the contemporary architecture, nobody used those golden color. But when I saw the interior of the Music Academy main concert hall, that was really beautifully gold with the like leaves, like relief sculptures there on the surface. And then I thought about like to create a link from the history to the future, and that must be fantastic. I thought about it, but then the choice of those like material was like a really nice challenge, and we made many samples and I tried to see it, not to see like this, but to try to see it like this direction because it's in the ceilings. And then finally we chose the 3 different colors of the golden panels, and it's mixed. Then finally it works very well. It is creating the characteristics of this building so much. So yeah, that decision was very nice, I think. And it was like a great decision, but we discussed together with our team and then clients and contractors. So it's like a kind of a collaboration, and finally creating this architecture really special. Yeah, actually, we are almost in the middle of the park. And then I was one of the jury for the ethnography museum. So I thought it's really like creating quite modest, but at the same time it's quite special, like a view of the park. So that is why I chose that. And now, of course, the Sana's building is also quite like a special, creating such a, how to say, in-between spaces under the canopies to melting into the park in a sense. And I don't know, it's like we should say it's a Hungary and Japan relationships, or each individual architects are working very hard to create their special masterpieces for each locations. But in any case, it is like quite like special things within the one park, such a like a diverse in a sense, because each of them are quite different. But at the same time, it's really quite like a contemporary and creating their own special identity in a sense. And that is really wonderful. And also, I think this is very special, this whole Liget Park, is you have like historical things too. So historical cultural things, and then the contemporary things, and the nature, and architecture, and many diverse like programs in it. So it is like a wonderful like place of the diversities, program-wise, time-wise, and then the cultural background-wise. It is like the coexistence of the wonderful diversity. That is really like a amazing point of this whole project, I believe. Thank you very much. Thank you.